As we look forward to spring arriving officially tomorrow, as we just heard from Bill, perhaps you want to start thinking about incorporating the freshness of spring into your food choices. Joining us with some ideas is holistic nutritional consultant from Hockey Snacks, Shauna Thomas. Thanks for joining us.
Of course. Thank you for having me, Pooja.
Oh, I'm just looking at your spread there. I got to say, I love my veggies, but sometimes I just need a little inspiration, and that's why you're here to help us with some ideas. So let's actually start with this asparagus and cheddar toast tarts. That sounds delicious.
Yes. And you know what? I think we just all need to bring a little bit of spring into our homes. So I think we're just so ready for winter to be over. And with spring coming tomorrow, this is a great way to incorporate some freshness, some lightness, and lots of green. So this asparagus and cheddar toast that I have here, or toast tarts, are really cool because they're so easy to make. And you don't need pastry. And I think a lot of people think when they need to make these little quiches or fun breakfasts that it has to be difficult. But all I do is I take a glass and make a hole out of it, and it turns into this nice little circle. You press it down and press it into a muffin tin, and then you can fill it with your asparagus and your cheese and your egg and bake it in the oven. And it's really easy and fast for breakfast or a snack, and it's so fresh because asparagus is actually Ontario's first crop that comes up like late April and May. So it's a really nice seasonal local produce that we can all have really all the time, but it's nice to support our local farmers as well.
That looks delicious, by the way. Next, we're talking about zucchini. And, you know, zucchini is so versatile. You can use it in so many different ways. First, you're telling us about the swirly zucchini bake.
Yes, so doesn't this look amazing? So I made just this little tiny one. You can make it as big or as small as you like. But the cool thing about it is, like you said, zucchini is so versatile, and I love using it in lasagna. But this is sort of a different way to do it. So once again, there's like a cottage or ricotta cheese in here. There's egg as well. But you swirl the zucchini so they look like little roses or little flowers when we're talking about spring and bringing that into our house. And it is so fresh and delicious and takes no time. And it just looks really pretty as well as a nice side dish.
Yeah, and when we talk about that versatility, I remember the first time I had zucchini in baked goods, and I was like, pardon? There's zucchini in this? And so that makes sense, I guess, for these loaves that you're telling us about?
Yes, so here we have just like mini zucchini loaves. And if you like banana bread, I can guarantee you're going to like zucchini bread. But I was like I was like, I don't really know about this, but think about carrot cake, right? Or carrot muffins. We have vegetables in our baked goods really all the time. So zucchini is no different, and it brings that nice freshness, that green in there, and it's super sweet and so delicious.
So tell me about these vegetable bouquets. This sounds interesting.
Yeah, so once again, bringing that spring indoors, it doesn't always have to be like fresh flowers, especially if you have kids at home and you want a nice, fun project. And, I'm always talking about putting stuff on a stick and kids will eat it more. This is just that same thing. So here we have vegetable bouquets, and it's really easy to make them. So you can actually cut up a radish, carrots. I have these beautiful purple carrots here. You can see you don't even have to do anything to them. Like I said, just put them on a stick and make them into a nice bouquet. And you can make these little radish flowers, all of this stuff. And it's really fun. It's really easy. And it's really beautiful. And the kids can just dip it in something and they'll eat more vegetables this way.
So let me get this straight. You're getting them to eat vegetables and you're keeping them occupied by, engaging them in a craft. This is amazing.
Right? I know. It's win-win.
And what about these fruit flowers?
So these are really fun. And, I'm sure a lot of parents are like, I am not turning strawberries into a flower. Are you kidding me? And you don't have to. Once again, you can just put them on a stick here and stick them in a vase. And it looks really beautiful because these strawberries, they naturally have these beautiful leaves on the bottom. So they're really easy to turn into these beautiful bouquets. But if you want to, level up and be a little fancier, all you have to do is take a little paring knife and you cut into the side of it all around really easily, and you just basically are making little petals. That's how easy it is, and they turn into these beautiful flowers. Look at it. It actually looks like a rose. My daughter was so excited. And if you're imagine having like a fondue or something like this with strawberry roses at the end of a meal. It just makes it a little bit more special.
Yeah, I will say I immediately went to chocolate, dipping them in chocolate or, even some whipped cream, but it's on a stick.
Oh, yeah.
you're going to have to dip it in something and keep it healthy at the same time. We love all of your ideas, Shauna. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to let people know they can go to hockeysnacks.com if they want more, or they can go to your Instagram where I can see that you've already put up some of the recipes at hockey_snacks, and you can get more there. Thanks for joining us.
You got it. Thank you, Pooja. Have a great day.
You too. Right.